Kids, so now we are going to talk about the difference between and I versus and me. And this also goes with she, he, him, and her, etc. So here is the basic way that we're going to work to fix this. So when you see a list and it is followed by an and pronoun, so he, she, it, they, them, I, me, etc., you will cover up and in the list before it and you will ask what makes sense. So let's take a look at the two different ways that we phrase this. So we have like and I or and she or and he. You can also say like he and, like here where it says, so we have Jane and I, okay, versus Mark and she. You can also say she and Mark. What you cannot say is I and Jane. Okay, so sometimes the pronoun comes first. Please make sure at all times, though, that we do not have any undefined pronouns, which means pronouns where, like, we don't know who she is. And so for the sake of practice, I don't have that defined. But in order for Mark and she to be going anywhere, we would need to know who she is. So we have I, he, and she. These are the subject, which is who the sentence is about. This is usually when you have the list at the beginning of a sentence. We have and, me, him, and her. This is the object, who the action is happening to. And this is usually if you find something at the end of the sentence. So to show you the cover rule, if you take Jane and I are going shopping on Saturday, if you find and the pronoun or noun that comes before it and cover it up, would you say I am going shopping Saturday or me am going shopping Saturday? Okay, and of course I makes sense. Same thing here. Here's the and. We cover up Mark and she went to the grocery store or her went to the grocery store. Okay, same thing down here. If I cover up, there's and Jane, so I cover up those two. And then I say, do you want to go shop with me? Or do you want to go shop with I? And you have to think of which one makes sense. And in this case, it's me. Same thing here. It's Mark and, so I'm going to cross that off. I will go with her to the store, or I will go with she to the store. Okay, and then finally here, math is a lot of fun for him, or math is a lot of fun for he. So what we're going to do now is take a look at these practice problems down here. Remember, practicing this in isolation does very little to actually grasp it into your personal writing. So we're using this for practice sake, but then my ultimate goal is for you to go into your work and find where you have I's and me's. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one here. We have my sister and I or me are going to a haunted house. So if I start, first of all, it's usually at the beginning of the sentence here. So I'm thinking it's I, but I want to check. I'm going to cover up my sister and I'm going to say I am going to a haunted house or me am going to a haunted house. Now I'm changing are because we're going from a, I can't even think of it, where you have two or more to only having one. So I am going to the haunted house makes sense. So I am circling I. I'm going to the haunted house with Josh and he or him this weekend. So again, this one's toward the end. Doesn't mean that's the case. Don't just pick it. I cover up Josh and my sister and I are going to the haunted house with he this weekend, or my sister and I are going to the haunted house with him this weekend. Okay, so you can hear how him sounds correct there. Let's go to the next one. Do you think Kate and she or her are going to come over? Okay, so put your finger over and Kate's, because this is, we're trying to figure out if it's she or her. Okay, and again, the she or her could also come before Kate. Both are correct. It's just a matter of what sounds better. I usually put the she in front, and I often put the her probably at the end. So neither one's right or wrong. It's just grammatically whether you use he or she or her. So I'm going to cover up Kate and. Do you think she is going to come over, or do you think her is going to come over? Okay, you should have gotten she, so we're going to circle she. We're going to come over to hang out with Mary and I tomorrow, or Mary and me tomorrow. So I'm going to find Mary and cover that up. They're going to come over to hang out with I tomorrow, or they're coming over to hang out with me tomorrow. Okay, so this one is me. Go to the next one. She and TJ or her and TJ will laugh at my niece. So I'm going to cover up and TJ because that's what I'm trying to figure out the pronoun. She will laugh at my niece or her will laugh at my niece. Okay, go ahead and circle she. She and TJ will laugh at my niece and I or me after we sing. So they will laugh at, and I'm going to cover up niece and. They will laugh at I after we sing, or they will laugh at me after we sing. Okay, you should have gotten me. In front of my mom and her or she. So I'm going to cover up my mom and. They will laugh at me, at my niece and me after we sing in front of she or after we sing in front of her. Which one makes sense? Okay, there's her. Good job. Okay, 2 more, and I'm going to have you go ahead and practice as we go through here. So he or him and I or me. So we're going to start by covering up the and I or me. He had to go to the principal's office or him had to go to the principal's office. Okay. Then we have here, we're going to cover up the before because we're trying to figure out the I or me. I had to go to the principal's office or me had to go to the principal's office. Okay. I had to go to the principal's office to visit with the counselor and she or her. So I had to visit with her or I had to visit with she. Okay. Should have gotten her. Go ahead and do that next one. See how you do with that. Hit pause here for just a second and then I will go over it. So hit pause and as soon as you finish it, come back and check yourself, okay? Okay, so you're back. I have Sarah and I. So I am excited to go early or me are excited. I am excited to go early because we're going to stand in line with Lynn and she or Lynn and her. We're going to stand in line with her. So as always, I want you to do one of 2 things. One, I want for you to go back into your writing and find where you said and I. A lot of you will also do like me and my brother went to our friend's house this weekend. Me does not go at the front of a sentence. That is a subject, therefore it is I. Okay, so I comes at the front of a sentence. Me generally comes at the end of a sentence or within the sentence. So I want you to go back in, maybe look for just the I's and me's and circle them, okay, or highlight them, just one page. And after you have found all of the I's and me's that you have on the page, and again, if you're doing another story and you have he's or she's, if you know that your character is a girl, you may look for she's and hers. And I want for you to try this strategy where you do the cover. Number 1, if it's I or me, it always comes after the list. Okay, I hate to say always because that always gets me in trouble, haha. But she can go in front or after. Okay, but I's and me's, go look for them. See if you used me where you should have used I, and see if there's anything else, other pronouns that you need to check. You may also choose to write a sentence underneath here to practice. I would try to get one that you can use both sets of pronouns so you can practice seeing how each of them will sound in your writing. After you finish marking a page and giving it a try, bring it on up to me and let me know how you did. Good luck.